bad experience with I had some bad experience with recording this week. Like I would record like a 30 or 45-minute lecture video and then the recorder crashes and I lose everything. So that's why I'm trying to like cut it in shorter pieces. And the first one that I just recorded is getting processed on YouTube. While it's doing that, I'm gonna now go over example 4 and 5. Okay? Alright, so this is gonna be the last lesson video for section 2.1. Let's look at a couple more advanced word problems. Example 4, and Mohammed has 500 meters of fencing. He has a little more than Lorenzo. And wish to form three sides of a rectangular field. Rectangle has 4 sides, then what is he doing? So I'm going to draw a rectangle, but let's talk about that 4th side real quick. The 4th side borders a river. So there's river, the water flowing right there. So there's a river. So he's thinking he doesn't really need to fence that side unless his animals know how to escape by swimming. So that's his fence. That's fence. And then there's his river. Flowing, flowing, flowing. Suppose that one of the side has length x in meters. So what you know is these two sides are the same, right? And since it's a rectangle, this side is not equal to, well, it's equal to the side that was supposed to be on the river, but we're not fencing that side. So I have an option to call this x, or I can call both of these x. You know what I will go with? I will call both of these x so that I know 2 sides. I just don't know one more side. So let's talk about how to find that unknown side above. But here's the thing though. So what we have is we have this side, side number 1, and side number 2. And the 3rd side is above here, right? What you know is if you add up this 2 purple side, x plus x, and then this unknown side, let me just call it an unknown side, what do they equal? If you add up those 3 sides together, you get how much Mohammed had in the very beginning, 500. So this is enough for me to solve for the unknown side, that question mark. So 2x plus a question mark is equal to 500. I want to solve for question mark. So let me go ahead and subtract 2x to the subtract 2x. I will get question mark is equal to negative 2x plus 500. It's still looking odd. I mean, we don't know what it is, but at least we can express it using x. And when you are solving a problem, we don't want to bring in any unnecessary variables. We're going to try to use as little variable as possible. Okay, so I got 3 sides labeled, x, and the top side is negative 2x plus 500. How do I know if this is correct so far? What happens if you add them all together? If you add x plus x, wouldn't that be 2x? But there you go. There's a negative 2x. So those x's will cancel out. And the only thing left is 500. And that matches how much Mohammed had. So we are good labeling everything using x's. Let's see. The first question, they're asking you to find the area function a of x. We talked about how area of a rectangle is length times width. We do know that the length is x and the width is that binomial. So let's go ahead and say a of x equals length times, and let me put that negative 2x plus 500 in a parenthesis. And I will go ahead and distribute this. I think my son is coming upstairs. I don't know if he's going to open the door and just run right in. But let me keep going. So it will be negative 2x squared plus 500x, which means I can tell that a is equal to what? Negative 2, and b is equal to 500. I know what's coming. They're probably going to ask us to maximize Mohammed's, what is he making? Probably some kind of closure for his animals. All right, what side length? X gives the maximum area. So the key word is the maximum area. And what I know is maximum of a quadratic functions are the y values of their vertex. So here comes our vertex formula. X equals negative b over 2a. Negative b will be negative 500 over 2 times a is negative 2. So that's negative 500 divided by negative 4. What's 500 divided by 4? Oh, it's 125, and we found the meters. Okay, so this side is 125 meters. I can figure out the other side, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use the area function that we wrote. So there's a beautiful function that we wrote. This function will help us find the area of this rectangular prison or whatever this is. So A of, what are we plugging in? X is equal to 125. So go ahead and evaluate that by plugging in 125. I'll get my calculator now. I'm typing that in. I wonder how many of you guys are like really watching this and taking notes. I really want you to do that. I would love that. But if you figure out another method to learn on your own, maybe by using Alex or something like that, I guess that's okay too. But that is the maximum area that the field can have. And that is what I got by evaluating. Now we only have one last question, guys. Example number 5, and that will be it for section 2.1. All right, what are we doing this time? A wire has 36 centimeters long. Wire that is 36 centimeters long is cut into 2 pieces. Okay, let me draw that wire. I'm just going to draw a wire. So something like, there's a wire right there. And they're going to cut it into 2 pieces, they say. But they did not say equal pieces yet. So I'm thinking like, cut it right here. Cut it. Guess what that is? That's my scissor. So we're going to cut it right here. But the whole thing is 36 inches long, centimeters long. So we're going to create 2 different lengths, smaller wires. And they said each piece is bent and formed into a shape of a square. Okay, I see what's going on. So they're going to grab this piece and they're going to fold it. They're going to bend it and make a small square. Okay, that's supposed to be a square. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be a square. And they're going to take this piece. Well, that's a smaller piece right there. And they're going to make an even smaller square. So that's what they're doing. Let's keep going. Suppose that the side length in centimeters of one square is x. Let's just pick one. I'll go pick the big one. It doesn't matter, but I will go ahead and say this one is x. Side length is x, but since this is a square, what do I know? All 4 sides are x. So how long was this? You had 4 sides. So 4 sides will add up to 4x. Okay? We don't know anything about the other one. But what we know is that, go ahead and bring this down a little bit. This entire length was 36. So if the entire length was 36, and piece of it is 4x, what I can do to figure out the blue shorter side is 36 minus 4x. Wouldn't you do that? Like suppose that you have 30 centimeters. And you cut it by 20. If you want to find out what the other side is, wouldn't you do 30 minus 20? Right? If you have, let's say, 50. And then if you have, let's say, 45 here. In order to find this missing side, wouldn't you subtract 50 minus 45? That makes sense, right? So if I want to know how long this blue side is, I will go ahead and do 36 minus 4x. I will do 36 minus 4x. Now let me double check, okay? If I add 4x and 36 minus 4x together, what should that equal? If I add 4x plus 36 minus 4x, the 4x's cancel out, leaving us with 36. And that's how much we had in the beginning. So we are good. We are very good. But if this entire side is 36 minus 4x, and we are going to have to make 4 sides, equal sides, does it make sense that I'm going to divide 36 minus 4x by 4? Because I have 4 sides. If I want to figure out how long is one of them, I will have to divide that by, I will have to divide the total by 4. Okay? If I simplify this, this will be 9 minus x, right? 36 divided by 4 is 9, and 4x divided by 4 is x. So that's why it is 9 minus x. So I know this side is 9 minus x, 9 minus x, 9 minus x, and also 9 minus x. Nice picture so far. Now what? They said find a function that gives a total area. They said total area. Not just the area of the red circle square, not just the area of the blue one. They want the total. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to find the area of the red one, we're going to find the area of the blue one, and we're going to add them together. What is the area of the red one? A of x equals. Let me give you a little geometry review over here. Area of a square is equal to side squared. Okay, one side squared. Why? Because it's x times x. We multiply the length times width. So area of a square is side squared. So if I look at the red square, where the side is x, the area is going to be x times x, therefore x squared. What about the blue one? I need to add the area of the blue one. The side length of the blue square is 9 minus x, so I must square that side. So we found the area function, and let's go ahead and try to simplify this by foiling and combining like terms, okay? So x squared has to wait, but I will go ahead and expand this so that the next step, FOIL, is obvious to us. Let's see. Zoom in for you. I'm going to go ahead and FOIL this. X squared plus, if I can multiply 9 times 9, I will get plus 81. Next is 9 times negative x. That will be negative 9x. Next one, negative x times 9, negative 9x. And lastly, be very careful with the signs here. Negative x times negative x is positive x squared. So let's combine some like terms here, okay? If you take a look, there is one x squared and another x squared. They add up to 2x squared. If you look here, we have negative 9x and another negative 9x. So they don't cancel out, they're both negative. So they add up to negative 18x. And let me just bring in plus 81. So that is how you would simplify this area function. So area is equal to 2x squared minus 18x plus 81. This one is the more challenging, don't you think? But now we got it. We can identify that a is 2 and b is negative 18. And we should be able to use these to find the vertex. Because the next question they're asking is, find the side length x that minimize the total area. So let us find the x coordinate of the vertex. Plug in negative b, which is positive 18, over 2 times a, which is 2. So we got 18 divided by 4. And 18 divided by 4 is equal to 4.5. So 4.5 centimeter, I believe that was a unit. Yep, is going to be one side length of that red square that I drew. Now they're asking you, I mean, they could have asked you whole different things. They could have asked you what is the side length of the other square, but instead they're just asking you to find, hey, just find the total minimum area. So why not? We have a nice function that we wrote above. Let's go ahead and use that function. So I will go ahead and use that function down here. I will plug in 4.5 into that function. So 2 times 4.5 squared minus 18 times 4.5 plus 81. So I'm going to get my calculator. This is not easy, guys. This is very challenging for us. So right now, I mean, because we've been doing some, I don't know. I think it will be great if we can talk about these during class next week. So try the homework, but I want you to come back so that we can, at least talk about 1 or 2 of these area word problems. If you would like to. But first, I want you to go ahead and start working on your Alex homework and email me if you would like me to show you any specific homework topic, okay? All right, you have a great day.